Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started.
Hello. This is your friend, Al Bacino. I just want to thank you for listening to this podcast with my friend, Preston M. Smith. Hooah!
Yeah, I like to do voices. Welcome, everybody, to the Living Artist Podcast. I am Preston M. Smith, otherwise known in this crazy world as PMS Artwork. This is episode 1. I just want to say thank you for joining me and let you know that whatever stage you're at in the art world or your creativity, you are welcome here. This is a safe platform for everything creative, and my goal is to make you feel good about choosing and furthering your artistic vision and path. It is my intention to make this an inspirational exploration of living this artistic life and giving you hopefully some tools, tricks, and motivation to keep you moving forward. In this podcast, I will be sharing my own personal rants and insights into aspects of what we go through every day in our journey to making art not only a full-time gig, but one that is successful from all angles. I will also be interviewing working artists from around the world, as well as gallery owners, curators, and artists from different creative genres to find out what makes them successful, but also just like you and me. These interviews will be insightful and hopefully entertaining, and are meant to further a feeling of community. So many times doing art can feel like a solitary gig, like you're quarantined off from the rest of the world. This podcast can be a window into a larger creative community that all share similar hopes, dreams, and struggles. So, who am I, you might ask? That's a good question. I am a painter and full-time artist who's been fortunate enough to make a living off of his art for the last 4 years. I have paintings in hundreds of private collections around the world, spanning over 17 countries. But it wasn't always like that. I've been hustling and finding my way in this business for close to 2 decades. I have had some phenomenal successes, like painting 12 paintings of President Obama for celebrities attending the inaugural Purple Ball, as well as monumental failures along the way. I have been represented by galleries and managers, but also rejected more times than I could even count. So much so that I feel like now, if I'm not getting rejected, I'm just not doing something right. I will be sharing many of my past personal struggles with climbing out of poverty, depression, and indulging in destructive habits. How I got so tired of banging my head up against the wall, buying into the starving and tortured artist stigma, and working a soul-crushing job that I hated for close to 16 years. How I learned to take control of my mindset and my art career and turn this bus around. I'm so grateful to be able to do what I do now for a living and have never been happier. I want this for you too. Maybe you already have this, and that's amazing. But even then, we can all learn more from each other and from sharing our individual experiences. I was told once by a successful artist that we all have to remember every day that we are crazy to believe that we can make a living selling our art, as if our art has no more value to people than the countless shit they flush their money on every day. I would argue the opposite. Our art is infinitely more valuable than that, and in fact, there could be a strong argument made that art is what kept us going as a species for all of these thousands of years, through wars and famine. It's what inspired us to keep going and served as a model of a better humanity and a reflection of our society at the time. So let's remember this as we move forward, that our lives and art have immense value. This profession is a noble one, despite what some passing haters and naysayers might say. Maybe those naysayers are even family members or friends. That's all right. I can relate. We push through anyway and do what others only talk about doing one day. Remember this and chill till the next episode. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk soon. This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.